Question 54. Large intestine. The large intestine is about 1.5 meters long. Its caliber is the greatest in the cecum, and then it gradually diminishes to the rectum. The large intestine differs from the small intestine by that it has a greater caliber, it is more fixed in position. Its longitudinal muscle is concentrated into 3 longitudinal tenae coli. The colonic wall is puckered into seculations called hostrations. This is called hostrations. And has small adipose projections called appendices epiploides, or omental appendices. This is found on its external surface except on Vermiform Appendix and Rectum. The parts of the large intestine is cecum, ascending colon, right colic flexure, transverse colon, left colic flexure, descending colon, sigmoid colon, rectum and anal canal. Firstly, the cecum is this part. It lies in the right iliac fossa. So here you have the abdomen. This is cecum. It's the right iliac fossa. It is about 6 centimeters long and 7 centimeters wide, and is continuous with ascending colon. Ileum opens into the cecum by the ileocecal orifice, and it is closed by ileocecal valve. And vermiform appendix arises from the cecum. Here you have the orifice of appendix. The relations of the cecum is in the back you have lateral cutaneous femoral nerve. Here you have the crest of iliac bone. And in front you have anterior abdominal wall and greater omentum. And commonly the cecum is completely covered by peritoneum, so it's intraperitoneal. Now the vermiform appendix is a narrow tube. It arises from cecum and is various in position. It could be retrocecal, pelvic, and so on. It has a small mesentery called mesoappendix. Now the ascending colon ascends from the right iliac fossa to the liver. Here you have liver. Here you have ascending colon. This is the right hypochondriac region, and it is retroperitoneal in position. The relations of the ascending colon. Behind you have lateral cutaneous, femoral cutaneous nerve, ilioinguinal nerve, and iliohypogastric nerve. In front you have ileum and greater omentum. Now for the right colic flexure. It joins the ascending and transverse colon. It lies in the right hypochondriac region. and the relations is behind. You have kidney, would be here. You would have, here you have the right kidney, and above and in front you would have the liver and gallbladder, as you can see here. This is the right colic flexure. You have the right kidney, liver and gallbladder would lie in front here. Next we have transverse colon. It lies in the umbilical region here. It extends from right colic flexure to left colic flexure and is intraperitoneal, attached to the dorsal abdominal wall by the transverse mesocolon. Here. This is transverse mesocolon. And behind you have the descending duodenum. See, the duodenum goes here and in behind. And also pancreas. In front you have the greater omentum and the ventral abdominal wall. Above you have liver and gallbladder and stomach. And below you have the jejunum. See here, jejunum. Now the left colic flexure lies in the left hypochondriac region. Relations above you have the pancreatic tail. Here. Medially you have the left kidney, and laterally and behind you have the spleen. Now the descending colon descends from the left colic flexure to the left iliac fossa. It is retroperitoneal. This is the left lumbar region. The relations behind you have iliohypogastric, ilioinguinal and lateral femoral cutaneous nerve. And in front you have coils of jejunum. Now the sigmoid colon here descends from the left iliac fossa into the lesser pelvis. And relations below you have the urinary bladder and uterus, and above you have ileum. It is intraperitoneal and attached to the dorsal wall by sigmoid mesocolon. The root of the sigmoid mesocolon crosses the left iliac vessels, left gonadal vessels, and the left ureter. Now the blood supply of large intestine is from the superior and inferior mesenteric vessels. Here you have superior mesenteric with middle colic, right colic, and ileocolic artery. This is branches to small intestine. Here you have the inferior mesenteric artery, left colic, sigmoid branches, and superior rectal artery. Now for the rectum. It is about 12 centimeters long, and it begins at the level of second and third sacral vertebra. It descends in front of the sacrum and coccyx, so it has a sacral flexure and a perineal flexure. So sacral flexure and a perineal, or the opposite. It is also in right, left and right curves. It is dilated in the ampulla, and it has no sacculations, no appendices epiploidsy, and the teniae coli blend to form, you have teniae coli, they blend to form wide muscular bands. Now the mucosa presents transverse folds, commonly 3 in number. You have superior, middle and inferior, and the middle is usually the largest. Now the peritoneum covers the anterior surface of upper part, so it is retroperitoneal. And relations. Behind you have sacrum and coccyx, and in front, in male, you have urinary bladder and prostate. Between the urinary bladder and the rectum you also have rectovesical pouch. Lower part of rectum is connected with lower part of urinary bladder by and with the prostate by rectovesical septum, containing deferent ducts and seminal vesicles. Now in front, in the female, you have the uterus and vagina, and the rectum is separated from the uterus by rectouterine pouch and connected with the vagina by rectovaginal septum. Lastly, we have the anal canal. It is about 4 centimeters long, and mucosa is folded into vertical folds that are called anal columns, that are separated by vertical grooves called anal sinuses, and sinuses are closed inferiorly by anal valves. Anal wall contains involuntary sphincter ani internus muscle, and externally it is surrounded by voluntary sphincter ani externus muscle. The blood supply of rectum and anal canal. You have superior rectal artery drained into the port, and the superior rectal vein is drained into portal vein. And you have middle and inferior rectal arteries that are drained into the inferior vena cava. Nerve supply is inferior mesenteric and pelvic autonomic plexuses.